Today's strategy is meant to be the highest profitable strategy on YouTube. Tested 100 times, but we're going to test it in code, so let's get straight to it. Hi guys, my name is David. I hope everybody's going extremely well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be testing another strategy from tradepro, which is a YouTuber which you can see here. Great YouTube channel with lots of great content, etc. He found a strategy that uses the Multi Time Frame and the MACD divergences, which is considered one of the most profitable strategies that he's tested yet. So we're going to test this strategy. We're using code to see if we can make as much profit as him by using bots. So let's get straight over to my computer and let's have a look at that. Okay, here we are on my computer. As you can see, this is the channel I was talking about, tradepro. I use this channel quite a lot for referencing whilst I'm trading myself. A great channel. Don't forget to subscribe to him as well. The strategy is the highest profiting trading strategy on YouTube, for proven 100 times, and today we're going to be coding that. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the Euro USD pair here, and we're going to have a look at the indicators used in this and the code so that we can go through it. Right, he used the MTF EMA on the settings of 15 minutes and 50 period. You can download those, the MTF EMA here by FX Musa, which is the first one when you look for MTF EMA. And we just literally change the settings. So we have the settings here on 15 minutes 50 and then the EMA period of 50 for 1 hour. We're currently on the 5-minute time frame here, and we can also add our MACD. Now I've actually created a MACD divergence. So if you type in David Tech here, Tech, and you go all the way to my public library here, you can find the MACD divergences here, which will give you a MACD but with some divergences indicated on it. I did this in the background very quickly because I couldn't find one that was actually open source for everybody else to be able to see. So this one is open source if you'd like to have a look at the code as well. Okay, so what happens here is when there is a bull and you're a bull here on the MACD, that means that there is a bullish signal, a divergence, meaning that the MACD is going back to the zero and the price is actually moving its way down here. So it creates a divergence. Bear is the same, we're moving up here slightly and that's going down. Now these are quite small divergences here, but you can actually increase the size and the minimum width in the settings here. Okay, so that's how we do the divergences. Now the idea is when the green line, which is the EMA 1550, is above the 6050, we're looking for long positions only. And when it's the other way around, then the red line is above the green line, so meaning the 1 hour 50 is above the 15 minutes, we're going to be looking for shorts, which will be further this way, I should imagine. There we go, we'll be looking for shorts at this end here. So we'll be waiting for bearish divergence underneath the green line here. So we would have taken something like this here as it crosses under, and we would ignore all of the bulls and then wait for them to cross over again, and then we'll come up and we'll only take the bull and bullish divergences here. So that would be one here. As it crosses back over, we'll take that there. Okay, and the profit, the long position we would have entered here, and the take profit would have been the swing low, the closest swing low, and it's a 1.5% on ratio. So 1.5 ratio here. That would have been a win for that one there. Okay, so we're going to try and code all of that so we can test it in a strategy. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click, as always, the code buttons here, on here for instance, to see the code. And we're going to copy that and paste that into my boilerplate. So let's go on with that. Okay, this is, as always, is where I'll ask you, if you have 5 minutes, don't forget to put a thumbs up on the video and don't forget to subscribe for further content like this. And if you don't like the code, just forward up to the end of the video where you'll be able to see the results of the strategy. You can download all of my strategies on TradingView for free just by going to tradingview.com and searching for David Tech. You can also join me on Patreon and also on my Discord channel. All the links are below in the description. Right, I'm going to fast forward all of the copying and pasting of the code here. Okay, I've finished copying and pasting all of that code. Let's see what we've got so far. Okay, what I've got is our MFT breakout EMA breakout here, which checks to make sure that they are crossed in the right sense for long and short positions. For a long position, we are obviously looking for the MA to be above our MA fast, which is the green above the red, and the other way around for a short, so red above green. That I literally copied and pasted, didn't do any changes to the code at all other than this here, which checks to make sure we're above and below. Afterwards, I've added an EMA, which we'll look at afterwards. It was just seemed a better strategy to me. Then what we have is we have our code that I created for the MACD. Now all I've done is taken a MACD here and added divergences. I copied and pasted the divergence script from TradingView. It can use the divergences found here on the MACD line. I added a repaint to it, which I found, which was another open source, which makes sure that it's not historic or is confirmed. All this does is make sure that the pivot height on the price is the same or different, diverging to the pivot low or high on the MACD. Then what I had to do is code my own zero line to make sure that the zero line was never crossed between the two dips. So this we would have found here. What I've done is I've used the highest function here, which checks to make sure that the highest point between the two dips doesn't go over zero. Very simple. That I just copied and pasted all of that. All of that could be found inside the code of here. And then all I did was literally put all of that together in our if-else statements here. So MFTs, make sure they're in the right way. Shorts, also the EMA, which we'll talk about in a second. Then I used the bear condition, which would have been the bear condition of a MACD divergence. And then we made sure that the signal line was above the MACD, and the MACD and the signal line were above above the zero line on for a short. And then we made sure the other way around for a bull, what we're looking for is a MACD above a signal and a MACD above the zero and a signal above the zero here. Okay, so everything seems to be in order. What we'll do is now have a look at the strategy and see how that works. Okay, if we click on the strategy overview, as you can see, it seems to give quite impressive returns on investments of 71.43. Problem is it only actually has found 7 trades in the past 2 months, I believe, which isn't great depending on how much your budget is to make each trade. And the return is pretty naff. So let's have a look at what we could change here. Now, on the default settings of my actual program, we've actually used the ATR to fix our take profit. We could use the higher highs and higher lows, or we could use a fixed profit. Now that still gives us only 7 trades if I look at the higher lows, and also we could change over to here and we could give ourselves a better to risk to reward ratio. And I suppose I could take down the back, look backwards and forwards. That hasn't changed much. Let's have a look further. Okay, that hasn't changed much either. Right, okay, what I found myself actually was that this wasn't the best strategy that I found as a bot, because bots and actual manual strategies don't work exactly the same, as you've probably seen throughout all of my indicators. The best thing that I found, I thought would be maybe using an EMA instead of the Multi Time Frame EMA. So we're going to be using a 200 EMA. Now the idea is now what we'll be doing is we'll be looking for bullish divergences above in the green and bearish divergences in the red. Now as you can see, also this divergences tend to happen when below 200 EMA, which means that this didn't actually return many more trades. It did 11 and got 45. And I continued working at it and decided to try a trend reversal. So maybe what we'll do is we'll go, okay, let's have a look at this the other way around, and let's try and take bulls when we're underneath the 200 EMA. Now obviously this is a lot more risky because you're not following the trend, you're working against the trend, but as you can see, the profit could actually be a lot more. We're still at 31.76% on trades, but we have 85 trades to work with. So now what we need to do is have a look at our profit and loss. Now if I go here and look at fixed percentage, I believe this is where I got a good return on investment. Okay, now we're at nearly 50%, 46%, and we've got still 26% trades. So now if I leave that at 4 and change that to 4, let's see what we get. Okay, we got 64% and 39 trades. As you can see, significantly better than our first strategy. As I said earlier, Working against the trend is not always the best of ideas, as it can be more risky, but in this trade setup it seems to be the one that gives us the best of results. Obviously it's because when you're looking for a divergence, you're actually looking for a turn in the market from bearish to bullish or bullish to bearish. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to now go on to winrate.io to see if we could make some money with leverage on a random basis, just to see how it could work. I always do this before linking this all up to a bot. Okay, winrate.io, 64%, 4%, 4%. So we got 64% win rate, 4% per take profit, and 4% stop loss. 39 trades. We're going to be using Bybit. If you haven't got a Bybit account, don't forget to look in the description. And we're going to run this trade. And that could have made us 3,200 USD. Let's try again. And it seems quite average. Seems like every one of them would have brought us 3,200 euros. Let's tie it on 10. Okay, that's gone down a little bit. Okay, so if I would have gone 7, that would have brought us back 381% of our initial investment, which ain't bad. So there you go, guys. That was the MACD divergence with MTF, or the EMA. Use it as you will. You can download it on TradingView. Just search for David Tech and you'll be able to find all of my free indicators. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to keep safe and keep coding. Have a great day, guys. Goodbye.